in a lot of large stadiums, passionate fan bases. I mean, it's just kind of a normal occurrence for us. So, the only way we can simulate it in practice is just trying to crank up a bunch of noise and try to make it loud enough where the quarterback has to use hand signals or has to get real close to people to communicate the types of things that we're going to do. So, but Murray's been through it a bunch. I think the one guy that gets affected by that type of crowd noise the most is the quarterback, and Murray's got enough experience where I think he'll be fine.
Coach, you've been in a lot of road games for your years. Is that one of the fun things about coaching, going to games like this and experiencing this kind of environment?
I do enjoy road games. I enjoy them. One of the biggest reasons why I enjoy them is because it's you just take your team and you can stay focused, and there's not a lot of outside things going on. There's not the recruiting going on. There's not all the families rolling into town and all that type of thing. And so the coaches and players can get together, go to the hotel, work on the game plan, go to bed, wake up, work on the game plan some more, and then just go to the stadium, get geared up, and play. But then it is also fun just to be in the lion's den, so to speak, wherever you go, and feel like you got everybody against you, and all you got is each other.
Coach, since camp, what do you feel like the team has learned the most from that camp this weekend?
I think our team, number one, is a very unified group. I think they're like-minded in what we're trying to accomplish. I think they enjoy each other. I think they are willing to sacrifice and work for each other. I think they believe in their coaches and are trying like mad to try to prove to the coaches that they're ready to play and those types of things. So I think we're in a good place right now, and hopefully that'll equate into some victories.
How important is it for the offense to get out to a great start with such an inexperienced defense?
Yeah, I think it would help if we got some points on the board early. It's hard to say. But that's the thing about football is if we don't, we've got to be able to withstand that type of pressure, both sides of the ball. And games can get away from you. A year ago, South Carolina, that game got away from us, and we just didn't have any answers before it was over. And the more great things South Carolina did, the tougher it was for us to overcome it, and the more excited their fan base got. So I think it's important to have some success on both sides of the ball, to be honest with you.
Clemson's a team you have to recruit against all the time. Keith Marshall, Todd Gurley, almost went to Clemson. You've seen David Swan and Sherwood Pete going at each other in a 7-on-7 here in Athens. Can you talk about how important this game is from a recruiting standpoint?
Right. Well, I think what recruits want to see is two things. Do you have a program that is the type of program they want to be in, a program that can win and help them realize all their dreams? And I think the other thing they look for is just they're looking for where they fit in to that program. Where do I see myself fitting in by position and also fitting in as far as playing time early in my career. So I think there's also a factor of just people being loyal to their home states at times. It's not always the biggest factor, but sometimes it is the biggest factor. And so a game like this is important in that if you win, then there's more excitement around your program. So I think both teams are really looking forward to that type of opportunity.
Coach, what do you think some of those upperclassmen learned from that Boise State game as far as big season openers go?
Yeah. Well, I think they got a little taste of how important it is to be ready early. I don't know how many of those guys were big players in that game. Obviously, Murray was the starting quarterback at the time, and I'd have to think back as to who was playing a lot or who might have been having just a small role or no role at all. But I think just the memory of what happened that day hopefully will help motivate us to do a little bit better this time.
Coach, when you have a game like Clemson, a big game like this to open up the season, is it possible to overthink and try to game plan too much and try to overthink yourself?
I think you can. I think you can sometimes too much time is the enemy of a plan. If you plan too much, then it's hard to really be able to execute. And there's a lot of good ideas, but the best ideas are the ones that you can execute well. And so if you have too many plays and not enough reps in practice, then you're probably asking for trouble.
Coach, I know you have to practice hard, tackle hard. How is the week of practice going? Are the guys sharp?
Yeah. Well, you know, so far this week, we just had our practice yesterday, and we had it in full pads, which normally Tuesday's that day for that. But I thought we started out with some good energy level and got it going, but I thought it waned a little bit towards the end of practice. I don't like necessarily how we finished it. It wasn't awful, but we lost a little bit of the enthusiasm, I thought, and that's important to have. You got to be able to play well in the fourth quarter, and I think especially in this game in particular, we're going to have to play well in the fourth quarter.
Tough to figure out how to pace yourself throughout this week, knowing that they're ready to hit somebody so bad and
Yeah.
trying to.
Well, I think the way we structured our practices will do that for them. Again, we treated yesterday like a Tuesday. Today we treat like a Wednesday's practice, and that will just be in our shells, basically helmets and shoulder pads. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be in just shorts. And so they're not going to run into each other hard, obviously. Their legs will get more of a rest. And then by taking Friday off and a late game Saturday, hopefully everybody's legs are under them, and we'll be able to play fast.
Coach, this isn't a team you guys play very often, but it seems like it's a very friendly and respectful rivalry. It's gone back a long, long time.
Right. I think it's the 63rd or 64th time that Georgia and Clemson have played, and a lot of big games, a lot of history. It's just not quite so recent. But I think there is a lot of respect for each other. We run into each other a lot, obviously, in recruiting, not as much on the field, but these two games are big for both teams, and I imagine next year's will be just as big.
Got time for one more?
What makes Taj Boyd so good?
Well, I think Taj is obviously a talent, leading rusher, leading passer, leading scorer. Not many guys can say that, but I think just his experience, being a two-year starter, playing in a bunch of big ball games under his belt, I think that helps him as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay. All right.